Yes, sir.
We are going to continue with what we were doing yesterday. Yesterday we were on activity we were activity 6.6, and in activity 6.6 we were asked to we are given a coordinate. It says P of theta. So let us say when you draw a Cartesian plane like this, when you draw your Cartesian plane like this, now P of theta will be here like this, where here will be theta. And now they said this P of theta, because it's here because it has got a coordinate of minus 1 and root of 3. So now the question said that we must look for the other coordinates. So the first coordinate it wanted us to look at was P of I minus P of I minus theta. Now, do that. You realize that whenever we have what do you call it, an angle, this is the angle. So we must rather express the angle in terms of a number, which is pi. So here, what we do is that we bring minus out. Once we bring minus out, it will become theta minus I. Now it will become theta minus I like this. Now, theta minus pi, it means that if this angle is theta, once you subtract pi, remember that pi is 180. So it's going to rotate 180 to this point. It's going to rotate 180 to this point. So this point will be I minus theta. I minus, sorry. Theta minus pi. Then this negative we brought out here means that it will reflect the opposite direction. So we are going to have, it's going to come here now. Then here is going to be minus into bracket theta minus pi. So it means this point is going to be, for number 1, our point is going to be, in this point, both x and y is positive. So our point is going to be 1 and square root of number 1. So are there any questions for number 1, the first? Are there any questions there? Are there any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, then let's go to the second one. So the second one to if we use we are still using number two. We are still using what they have given us. They say theta is here. They say theta is here. Here is theta, and they say theta is here, and it says that theta is um, minus 1 comma square root of 3. Now they are looking for theta plus pi. Theta plus pi simply means that you are adding 180. So this graph is going to rotate 180, and it will come here. It's going to come here. So this line is going to be theta plus pi. And at this point, your x will be positive. So number 2, you're going to have 1 and minus square root, and the y is negative, minus square root of 3. Because once you add pi, it's going to rotate 180 degrees. You see? So you have 1 minus square root of pi. This h is there. That one. Any questions there?
Please explain again, sir.
Did you understand the first one?
Yes.
Yes. So the first one, remember that it was, and we changed it to be minus theta minus pi. Remember that when it is minus, it goes in the clockwise direction, but it will still come here to one side. See that? And when it is positive, to go in the positive direction, but it will still come here. So theta minus pi, this line can be theta minus pi. It can also be theta minus pi, can be theta plus pi. Let's see that. But the
Yes.
second one, there was a minus here. So this minus made it go in the opposite direction here. See that?
Yes.
Opposite direction here. Then here becomes minus, here becomes minus into bracket theta minus pi. See? So
Yes.
in that sense, that is why here number one, the code, because in the first quadrant x is positive, y is positive. That's why in the first quadrant we have 1 and square root of 3. See, but the second one, because it is just theta plus pi, to remove the second quadrant, that's why we have 1 and the square root of 3. Exactly.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, good. Then our next one, we have this. Let's draw. So we are going to do number 3 now. Let us draw the coordinates again. Let us draw the coordinates again. So our original one is here. And according to the question, this is theta. And this is in the second quadrant because the points in the second quadrant, x is negative and y is positive. So we have minus 1 and square root of 3. Then the second one says that minus theta. Minus theta simply means that this point will go in the opposite direction. So here it will become minus theta. It will be here. Here will be minus theta. will be minus theta. And this minus theta is going to become, so it means that now the point for number 3, our point will become minus 1 comma minus square root of 3. Minus 1 minus square root of 3. Is any questions there? Is any questions there? Okay, then let's go on. Then our next one, number 4, we have this. So we will still use the original one that they gave us, where here is theta. Where here is theta. Then they are saying that minus theta minus I. Then we will bring minus out. We are going to get theta plus pi. So theta plus pi, when we add pi, it will go in the clockwise direction. So it's going to come here. It's going to be here. Theta plus pi will go. So here is theta plus pi. You see? But because of the minus, it's going to reflect here. Have you seen? So here we'll make it minus theta plus pi. So that means that the coordinates for minus theta plus pi is in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, both x and y is positive. So the answer is going to be 1 and the square root of 3. 1 and square root of 3. Like this. Is any questions there? Okay. So if there are no questions, we can go on to the next one. Now, our next one, we have this. We have this like this. So we are still going to use this one as our yardstick. And where here is our theta. And it says that here it says that theta minus pi. That means that it will go in the clockwise direction 180 degrees. And it's going to come here. It's going to come here. It's going to come here. Then you get theta minus pi. Theta minus pi like this. So it will remain here. And in the F quadrant, x is positive, you are going to get 1. And y is negative, you are going to get negative square root 3. Then we have this. Is any questions? Let me see what Sapelo is saying. Oh, if I write here, can you see? Can you see me? Can you see my writing, Sabelo?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Are there any questions so far? Okay, good. If there are no questions, here they said without using calculators. But as you know, I don't know how the questions are going to be, but you must be able to estimate that this is an objective test. I don't know how the question is going to be, but you must understand how to do calculators because I don't know how the questions are going to be set. I'm using that. So here you have to know that pi over 4 is a special angle. So there's the reference angle. If we want to with in all this, we must find a reference angle first. Listen. So number one, you will have this. It's going to be something like this. We all agree that this is going to be in the it's going to go negative. We've seen that. So this point, because of the negative, to go clockwise. So this point will be pi over 4. Pi over 4.
So we can't see your drawing.
Let me see. Let me see the board.
No, we can't see the drawing.
Ah. I don't. Is it that you can't see at all? Can you see the circle I've drawn? Can you see the circle?
Yes, you can see the second.
But if I have drawn triangle, can you see the triangle?
Not clearly.
But you can see the circle clearly.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if I draw here, you can see. If I you can see this,
Yes.
you can see it. Okay. So now yeah, on minus I over 4. Eh? So because of the negative, uh, a minute. Um, okay. So minus pi over 4. You have this because of the negative is going to come here. You see that. So we are going to have pi over 4. So here will be pi over 4. So the ref angle. See, it's important for you to know the quadrant in which the ref angle is in because it affects the sign. And you have to know the four quadrant sign and is negative. So the ref angle is going to be is let me see my writing.
Yes.
Okay. It's going to be pi over 4 minus 0. The closest x axis, because here is 0. I will see that. Let's remember here is 0, pi over 2, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 4, 2 pi over 3, and 2 pi. So it's going to pass pi over 4. So and pi over 4. Let us remember that it is in the 4 quadrant. And tan in the 4 quadrant is negative. So tan pi over 4, the special angle is the same as 45 degrees, which will give us minus 1. And it is minus because tan is negative the fourth quadrant. Is any questions there? Any questions? Okay, in the absence of no question, let's go to number 2. 2, we have 7 pi over 4. So as I said, you always have to gauge which quadrant is it in. So 7 pi over 6 7 pi over 6. It's going to be something like if you can multiply by 180 over pi. If you can multiply by 180 over pi, just to know exactly where you can find which quadrant you can find it.
It's in the third quadrant.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, it's going to be in the um third quadrant because you are going to get something like 210. You are going to get something like 210. So it's going to be in the third quadrant. So you are going to have something like this. It's going to be somewhere here. 7 pi over 6. So don't let us forget that here is 0, here is pi over 2, here is pi, here is um let me see what is here. 3 pi over 4. No, it's 2 pi, I mean it's 2 pi over. It will be 3 pi over 2, sorry. Then here will be 2 pi. So your ref angle is going to be 7 pi over 6 minus pi. But don't let us forget, so we are going to get pi over 6, which is a special angle. But don't let us forget that. So if we find sine pi over 6 using the triangle, sine pi over 6 is the same as sine 30. Sine pi over 6. Don't let us forget that sine in the third quadrant is negative, and sine pi over 6 or sine 30 is half. So we are going to get minus half because sine is negative in the third quadrant. So we are going to get minus half. Is any questions there? Is any questions? Can we go on? Okay. Let's go to number 3.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Number 3, we have 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3. Now 2 pi over 3 is the same as, let's see, when you multiply by 180 over pi. When you multiply by 180 over pi, 3 will cancel here to 60. So 2 pi over 3 will be in the second quadrant because the angle will be 20. So 2 pi over 3 will be here. We are going to get, so here is 2 pi over 3, second quadrant. Then don't forget, here is pi. So the ref angle is going to be pi minus 2 pi over 3. It's going to be pi minus 2 pi over 3. Then we will get pi over 3. But don't let us forget that in the so we must find cos pi over 3. But don't let us forget that in the second quadrant, cos is negative. Pi over 3 is the same as cos 60. Cos 60 will give us root, also give us half. But in the third quadrant, cos is negative. We are going to get minus half. Minus half. Now, number 4, we have 5 pi over 6. Now 5 pi over 6, if you multiply by 180 over 5. Please, here we are multiplying by 180 over 5 because it will help you to see which quadrant the angle is going to be in, because most of you are not conversant with the with radians. You are more used to the degrees. So here 6 will cancel here, pi will cancel pi. 6 will cancel here, 80. 3 times 5, you are going to get 150. So here too is going to be in the third quadrant. Sorry, 150 will be in the second quadrant. It will be in the second quadrant like this. So we have 5 pi over 3. Sorry, 5 pi over 6. Then don't let us forget that here is going to be pi. So our ref angle is going to be pi minus 5 pi over 6. Then we are going to get pi over 6. So we need to find sine pi over 6. But remember that we are in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, sine is positive. So sine pi over 6, which is the same as sine 30, is going to give us positive half. Now, our next one, you have we can't do everything because we have a lot of things to do. So I should think that you should go and do the rest yourself because they are all the same thing. Unless you can pinpoint one of them that you think is going to be problematic. When it is cosec, you have to know that it is 1 over sine. Obviously, 1 over sine. When it is cot, it is 1 over tan. In that order. And the sec, it is 1 over cos. So I think you can do the rest on your own. Because they are the same thing. You simply find the quadrant in which it is in. Unless you can pinpoint to one question that you think is going to be problematic. Okay, so we can move on. So you can do the rest on your own. Now, next one, you can be asked to determine the values of theta. You see the question says determine the values of theta. See that between 0 and 2 pi. Remember that when we draw our this thing, when we draw our Cartesian plane like this, you are going to see that here is 0, here is pi over 2, here is pi, here is 3 pi over 2, it is 270 degrees. Then here is 2 pi. Now, you have to note that it says that we must find tan theta equals to 1 over square root of 3. You need to know that tan theta is positive in 2 places. It is positive here and actually, and it's positive here. Now, if you find tan inverse, or you can clearly see that and what do you call it? And 30 gives us 1 over root 3. So that means that theta and 30, and here you are working in radians, so you have to see that theta is going to be pi over 6. But pi over 6 cannot be only the answer because theta is also tan is also positive in the 4th quadrant. So our next answer will be there will be another pi over 6 here. That means that our answer can also be here. You see that? And from here to here is going to be pi plus pi over 6 plus pi over 6, which will give us 7 pi over 6. Please, any questions there? Any questions there? Okay, so we can go on. Now let's look at the second one. Our second one says that our second one says that sec, we should find the answer. So we will draw your Cartesian plane like this. Draw your Cartesian plane like this. Knowing very well that here is 0, here is pi over 2, here is pi, here is 3 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, and here is 2 pi. So sec is the same, and let us remember that sec is the same as 1 over theta. And cos is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant. You must know that. So 1 over cos theta, as it says, it equals to minus square root of 2. No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Let's one again. Let's draw the axis again. I'm very sorry. I made a big blunder. We have this. Then here is 0. Here is pi over 2. Here is pi. Here is 3 pi over 2. And here is 2 pi. Now, cosec is, as I said, is 1 over cos. Now, you can see, it says that 1 over cos is equals to negative square root of 2. So we have to know that cos is negative in the second and third quadrant. So we are going to have cos. Cos will be equals to negative 1 over square root of 2. So cos theta obviously is going to be 45 degrees, pi over 4. We are going to get pi over 4, 45 degrees. But pi over 4 cannot be the answer because it cannot be in the first quadrant or the fourth quadrant. It can only be in the second quadrant. So in the second quadrant, it will be pi minus pi over 4. Then it can also be in the fourth quadrant, which will be pi plus pi over 4. So your answer can either be 5 pi over 4 or 3 pi over 4. Is there any questions here? Please, any questions here? So we can continue. And we go on. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now let's look at the first one. First one says um, we have this. Let's draw our Cartesian plane. And now let us remember that here will be 0, here will be pi over 2, here will be pi, here will be 3 pi over 2, and here will be 2 pi. Now, here it says the sign here is positive. So we know that sign can be positive in the first and the second quadrant. So we are going to deal with these two quadrants. Now, sine theta is root 3 over 2. So it means that when you have sine theta, equals to root 3 over 2, it tells you that if you look at the triangle, this theta is going to be equals to pi over 3. That is 60 degrees. Pi over 3. So we know that your answer must be in the first and second quadrant. So it will be here, which we know is going to be pi over 3, pi over 3. Then it's going to be here, which we know is going to be pi minus pi over 3. Which, if I'm not mistaken, will be equals to 2 pi over 3. So our answers will be pi over 3 and 2 pi over 3. Unless there are any questions. Unless there are any questions. Okay. Now let's go to the second one. Now, for the second one, we have done it as an example there. So let's go to the third one. Now that when this sec theta equals to negative square is the same as the second one. So let us do sine theta equals to negative 1 over root 3 over root. So we draw our axis. I think we are conversant with them. Now it's negative. So we know that sine can only be negative in the third, in the fourth quadrant. Sine can only be negative in the third and the fourth quadrant. So here is going to be 0, pi over 2, pi, 2 pi over 3, or 3 pi over 2, sorry, and 2 pi. So in the, what do you call it? Sine pi over 2, it means that we are looking at number 3. It means that your theta, over theta, will be 45 degrees. 45 degrees is the same as pi over 4. Pi over 4. So and our answer can only be in the third or the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, it's going to be pi plus pi 4. Pi plus pi over 4. It will be equal to 5 pi over 4. Then, because we have already gone one revolution, that means that we are going to use 2 pi, not 0. Then our second one will be 2 pi minus pi over 4. Then we are going to get 7 pi over 4. Any questions there? Any questions, please? Okay, then let's go. Now let's look at number 4. Number 4 says that number 4 we have negative square root of 3. We have tan theta. We have tan theta. Tan theta equals to negative square root of 3. So we have to know that if you draw your Cartesian plane like this, you have to know that tan is negative and it can only be negative in the second and third quadrant. Sorry, second and fourth quadrant. So we have 0 pi over 2 pi 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. So that means that our angle is going to be, our answer can be only in the second quadrant or the fourth quadrant. In the second quadrant, we are going to have pi, sorry, let us don't forget that theta is root 3. So if you find an inverse of root 3, you are going to have, if I can guess correctly, you are going to have pi over 3, 60 degrees. You're going to have pi over 3, 60 degrees. So in the third quadrant, 60 degrees is going to be pi minus pi over 3. Which will be 2 pi over 3. Then in the fourth quadrant, you are going to get 2 pi minus pi over 3. I think it will give you 5 pi over 3. So that will be our two answers. Is any questions? Okay. angle. Then our next one we have cos theta equals to -1. So once it is -1, we need to see that cos can only be negative here or here. Now, when we find cos inverse of 1, we are going to get 0. Can you see that? So when we come here, 0, it will be when you bring it to this quadrant, it is going to be I, just like cos, because it is supposed to be in this quadrant, and it's supposed to be in this quadrant and this quadrant. So you find out that when you find what do you call it? I mean, when you find cos 180, because once it is here, automatically it's in the third quadrant. Have you seen that? It will give us negative. So the first answer, our first answer will be pi. I think it's going to be our only answer from 0 to pi. So it's going to be pi. But 0 will not be, because 0 gives us positive. So 0 cannot be part of the answers, because 0 gives us a positive answer. This question is there. Please, any questions? Okay, let's look at the next one. The next one we have sec theta equals to √2. So don't let us forget that sec is the same as 1 over cos theta. Equals to 2. So it means that cos theta will be equals to 1 over √2. So now it means that our theta is our theta is equals to pi over 4. And cos will be positive in the first and the fourth quadrant. So we are going to have our drawing like this and like this. So when it is here, it will also be pi over 4. And when it is here, it is going to be 2 pi minus pi over 4, which will give us 7 pi over 4. And we have about 216. Please, any questions? Please, any questions? Okay. Then all of them are the same. So let us do the last one and continue because we don't have much. The last one says sec theta equals to minus 2 over root 3. So sec is 1 cos theta equals to minus 2 over root 3. So cos theta equals to minus root 3 over 2. And so if we draw our axis, we need to know that cos is positive, negative. If it's negative, it can only be in this quadrant. Okay, let me write again. We have sec theta equals to minus 2 over root 3. Can you see now? Okay, so we have 1 over cos theta. You can see how. What's the problem? Hmm. Can you see now? Can you see what I'm writing? Can you see what I'm writing? I don't know whether. Okay, can you see now? If I write here, can you see? Can you see what I'm writing? Can you see there? Can you see here? Can you see here? And here? Can you see here? Can you see here? And the rest of you, can you see? The rest of you, can you confirm whether you can see the board? Is the rest of you, can you confirm whether you can see the board? Yeah, there's below. Can you log out and log in again? I suspect maybe it's your connection. Yeah. Hello, please. Yeah, log out and log in again. I think it's your connection. Thank you very much. So we have sec theta. It says is minus 2 over root 3. Then 1 over cos theta. So sec is 1 over theta, you see. Sec is 1 over cos theta. Is minus root 3 over 2. Can you see now, Sabelo? Can you see now, Sabelo? Okay, let's go. So please, excuse me, let me say something. Can you see the whiteboard? Can you see what I'm writing on the whiteboard, Sabelo? Okay, then let's go back to this one. Can you see unit 6? Can you see that one? Geometric functions, can you see it? Okay. Then let's see. Let's go on a minute. Okay, so can you see the writing now? I say sec theta equals to negative 2, okay, over root 3. So sec is 1 over cos theta. It will be negative 2 over root 3. So cos theta will be negative root 3 over 2. So if you draw your axis like this, cos is negative, and cos can be negative in the second and the third quadrant. And when you find cos inverse of root 2 over 3, we are going to get pi over 6. Pi over 6. pi over 6. So pi over 6 here will be pi and pi minus pi over 6. We will get 5 pi over 6. Then here you are going to get pi plus pi over 6. We are going to get 7 pi over 6. So that is how these things are done. Unless there are any questions. Unless there are any questions. Unless there are any questions. Okay, in the absence of questions, let's go. Now, we are going to look at this one too is the same thing. So here we see we have 2 sine squared theta whole square plus 3 cos theta equal to 0. You have to remember that we can easily convert this into a quadratic equation because we need to use this important sign that cos squared theta plus sine squared theta equals to 1. So in place of sine squared theta, we can put 1 minus cos squared theta. Then we will simplify. Then we are going to get this. Have you seen? But we cannot use this one. 2 minus cos theta equals to 0. We cannot use that. Who can tell me why we cannot use that? Who can write for me why we cannot use that? Who can write for me why we cannot use that? Who can write for why we cannot use that? I said, you see that when we factorize, we are going to have these two. We are going to have, you see, when they factorize, and the first one will be talking about this factorization. And we are going to have cos theta equals to 2. The second one, we are going to have cos theta equals to minus half. Equals to minus half. So my question is that why can't we use this one? This one has not got a solution. My question is why? And my question is why? Yes, you can answer. An answer. Yes, because for cos and sine, you must always, the answer is always between -1 and 1. I've always seen that. It was the first part of it. So we still use our cast. Cos is negative. Cos negative half, and that means that theta. Our theta is going to be pi over 3. So our answer is negative. It's going to be in the first. It's going to be in the first. It's negative, so it will be the third in the second quadrant. We've seen that. In the third quadrant, in the second quadrant, you're going to get pi minus pi over 3. We will get 2 pi over 3. And in this quadrant, it's going to be pi plus pi over 3 plus pi over 3. We are going to get 4 pi over 3. So that will be our two answers. So with these questions, you should be able to manipulate. This one is straightforward, just factorize. This one is straightforward, just factorize. Now, when you come to this one, you have sine theta cos theta minus sine theta minus cos theta. So how do we simplify this? Who can help us? As one. How do we simplify this? Who can help us? Come again. I don't understand what you are saying. What are you saying, Isabella? Question 3. Question 3. How do we simplify? Question. How do we simplify that? How do we factorize out? We factorize sine in minus 1. How? How do you do that? How do you do that? Good. So you see that you can bring sine theta out here. You see that? Then you can get um cos theta minus 1. Then you can bring minus 1 out here. We get cos theta minus 1. Good. So we can get cos theta equals 1 and sine theta equals to 1. So you cannot see my writing again. Oh, okay. Let's see. Whiteboard.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then let's see. If, okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, so apart from that, all of them is straightforward. You can simplify and you get your answer with the cast. You can get your answer in the cast. Number 72 is straightforward because we have to know that sec is 1 over cos. Sec is 1 over cos. So we can easily simplify and we can get 1 over cos squared x minus 1 over 2 1 over 2 cos x equals to minus half. Then you can easily get the quadratic equation, simplify, factorize, and find your answers in the quadrant. Unless there are any questions. Unless there are any questions. Okay. The next one I would like to touch on is periodic properties. That's the last thing we are going to do. For the graphs, you can go and look at them yourself. Is periodic properties. The most important thing we are going to look at is 2 pi. Let us remember that 2 pi is the same as 360 degrees. So in anything, if you go 360 degrees, you come to the same point. Have you seen? In anything you do, if you go 360 degrees, you are going to come to the, for instance, what I mean is that if you have here to be 30 degrees. It is here to be 30 degrees. If I can go 360 degrees, whether clockwise or anti-clockwise, I will still come back here. So that in effect, 30 degrees is the same as, 30 degrees, the same as pi over 3. Sorry, pi over 3, yeah. So pi over 3 is the same as pi over 3 plus 2 pi. It's the same as pi over 3 minus 2 pi. All of this will give us the same answer because when you go round, you come back to the same. We all get the picture. Okay. We get the picture. That is all that you have to understand. Do you get it?
Can you please explain it again?
Okay, good. You see that 2 pi is 360 degrees. Have you seen that?
Yes, sir.
So anytime that you go one revolution, you come back to the same point. Have you seen that? If I'm here, then I go 360 degrees, whether clockwise or anti-clockwise, I come back to the same point again. Can you fathom that?
Yeah, I can see that, sir.
Okay, good. So then you agree that pi over 3 is the same as pi over 3 plus 2 pi.
Yes, sir.
Good. And it's the same as pi over 3 minus 2 pi. Can you also see that?
Yes, sir.
Good. So that is one way of determining value. This question. They have given you cos theta cos minus 5 pi over 2. So you have to be able to rewrite this one so that you are going to have multiples of 2 pi. In the same way, I can write this one as minus, can get integer multiples, either negative or positive, but you must be able to get integer multiples of 2 pi together with a special angle. So this same thing, I can write it like this, minus 4 pi over 2 minus pi over 2. Now minus 4 pi over 2 can be the same as minus 2 pi minus pi over 2. You see that? Rather is cos. Have you seen that? Now because I have minus 2 pi here, because once I go one revolution, I come back to the same thing again. I can see that this is the same as cos minus pi over 2. And I can easily see that my answer is 0. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Good. So let's look at another example. Now we have minus 19 pi over 6. So this minus 19 pi over 6, we should be able to rewrite this in the form of a special angle and an theta multiple of 2 pi. Have you seen? So this one, I can write it this way. Minus 18 pi over 6 minus pi over 6. But when I do it this way, here I cannot get 2 pi. Have you seen that? So that means that I must look for something else. Have you seen? Because you see here, if I do it this way, 18 divided by 6 is 3 pi. But I'm looking for 2 pi. So now what can I do here? I can write it this way. 12 pi minus 12 pi over 6 minus 7 pi over 6. Then minus 12 pi over 6 pi is minus 2. Minus 7 pi over 6. So because of this minus 2 pi, once it revolutes, it comes to the same place. So this one can be the same as sec minus 7 pi over 6. Then we can use our reference angles. Have you seen? Remember that we did reference angles. Have you seen that? We did reference angle to see that this one will go in the opposite direction. Minus 7 pi over 6 is something like 210. So it will come to the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, it will come here. When it comes here, your reference angle will be 7 pi is going to be 7 pi over 6 minus pi, which will be pi over 6 and pi over 6. Now, sec pi over 6 is the same as 1 over cos pi over 6. And cos 30 degrees is root 3. Remember that we are in the second quadrant. The second quadrant, cos is negative. Then, so you are going to get 1 over negative root 3 over 2, which will be the same as negative 2 over root 3. Can we see that? Can we see that? Is it understandable? Okay, good. So in that case, you don't have any questions. Okay, let's look at activities. We will see how much we can do. Let's look at this activity. Our first one. The first one looks easy. Let's look at the second one. Second one, we have 17 pi over 3. So we should be able to write this in a form of a special angle and an integer multiple of 2 of 2 pi. So can we write this as let's say let me type one. If I say 16 pi over 3, you can use try and error. if I use 16 pi over 3 plus pi over 3, it won't get me anywhere. Have you seen that? It won't get me anywhere. So I need to try something else. If I say 12 pi over 3, 12 pi over 3 plus 5 pi over 3. And this gives us a special angle, 5 pi over 3. 5 pi over 3 is going to give us how much? Let me see. 3 will cancel. Let me see something. 3 will cancel 1 to 60. 60 times 5. Yeah, everything. So we can get 3 divided by 12. We can get 4 pi. You see, 4 pi plus 5 pi over 3. And 5 pi over 3. 4 pi is 2 pi, like this. It's a multiple of 2 plus 5 pi over 3. So this will be the same as, and because it's 2 pi, it will always take us to 5 pi. So this can be the same as cos 5 pi over 3. Does it make sense to you? Does it make sense to you? Okay, good. So there are no questions. So here you can use the cast. You can use the cast knowing that this one will come here. So it will be, the reference angle will be 2 pi minus 5 pi over 3. And you can find your answer there. Now, our next one, we have 11 pi. 11 pi over 6. So as we see, we must be able to write it in a multiple of 2 and as a multiple of 2 and other angles. So here we can write it this way. We can write it 12 pi over 6 minus I over 6. Now 12 over 6 is 2 pi minus I over 6. So if here it says tan, means that the tan will take you back to tan minus pi over 6. If we draw our Cartesian plane, if we draw our Cartesian plane, we are going to see that minutes. we are going to see that this angle is going to be here in this quadrant because it's negative. But don't let us forget that tan is negative in the fourth quadrant. Your answer must be negative. So we are going to have, if I'm not mistaken, negative 1/√3 or something. But you can do that yourself. Now, our next one, we have 8 pi. 8 pi can be 4 times of 2 pi plus 0. Listen that. So it can be the same as cos 0. The that cos 0 is the same as 1. Then the next one, we have minus 7 pi. Minus 7 pi can be the same as minus 8 pi plus pi. So minus 8 pi can be, we can bring minus 2 out or 2 out. And we can bring minus 4 out. And we can get 2 pi plus pi. So it will be the same as 9 pi. See, then you can find your answer. Then our next one, we have minus 37 pi over 6. So this one too, you should be able to write it in a form of special angle and 2 pi. So let us try this. We can say minus 36 pi over 6. Sorry, minus again, minus pi over 6. Minus 36 pi over 6 is the same as minus 6 pi. Minus pi over 6. Minus 6 pi, I can bring minus 3 out. I'll get 2 pi. Minus pi over 6. Minus pi over 6. So this one can easily be written as sec minus pi over 6. Which is the same as 1 over cos minus pi over 6. But don't let's forget that when you draw the cast, it's going to go like this. And cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. So you are going to get a positive answer. You are going to get a positive answer. Okay. Then our next one we have 3 pi 23 pi over 4. 23 pi over 4. Now we can write this one as need to write it in a form of, as I say, we must have a 2 pi somewhere and special angle somewhere. So I can say 16 pi over 4 plus 7 pi over 4 plus 7 pi over 4. Now let me see 7 pi. You are going to have, yeah, it's a special angle. So this one will give us 4 pi plus 7 pi over 4. Then this one can be a multiple of 2 pi plus 7 pi over 4. It's 4 over 4, sorry. Plus 7 pi over 4. Then you can use the cast to find a reference angle and find. Now the last one, we have 11 pi over 3. So 11 pi over 3 we can write it in this way. We can write it like this. We can write it 6 pi over 3 plus 5 pi over 3. And here we can get 2 pi plus 5 pi over 3. So it will be the same as sec 5 pi over 3. Then you can use the reference angle and go on from there. So that is that. That is that. Now, for graphs, this it's an objective test. So you can take advantage of the GeoGebra. It's an objective test, and there will be no invigilator. So we don't have time to do the graph. So you can just use GeoGebra to find whatever you want to find if you're having difficulty. So yes, Zulu.
Oh, sir, I lost connection during the class. Can you please explain the example on page 18 again?
Um, this one.
Sir,
This ones.
it's on page 18 before activity 6.9.
Before activity 6.9.
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Yes, that one.
Oh, this one's.
Yes, sir.
This one's. I'm talking about this ones.
Yes, sir. Those ones.
Oh, yeah. So here this sin theta equals to root 3 over 2. So here you can see you first have to find theta. You see that because sine is positive, you have to know that um your answers can be in the first quadrant because sine is positive in the first quadrant, in the fourth quadrant. You see that? Sorry,
Yes, sir.
in the second quadrant. So um, you have to so your answer will be here and here. You see. Now if sin theta equals to 3 over 2, it means that your theta is going to be pi over 3. So you are going to have pi over 3. Then here you are going to have pi minus pi over 3. So you are going to have 2 pi over 3. So your answers will be pi over 3 and 2 pi over 3. See? So that will be
Yes,
your
sir.
two answers. Then if we can look at the second one, it says that cos theta equals to minus half. Now, cos, you ask yourself, when you draw your past, you find out that cos is negative only in the second, the third quadrant. Can you see that?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
cos inverse of half is going to give you pi over 4. You see that?
Yes.
So now, and your answers you know is going to be here. Answers will be here, and your answer is going to be here. So you find out that at this point, it's going to be your answer will be pi minus pi over 4. Minus pi over 4. Then we get 3 pi over 4. Then here is going to be pi plus pi over 4. Pi plus pi over 4. Which will give us 5 pi over 4. So it's the same procedure for all. Have you seen them?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
let's look at the last one. Last one, it says that sec theta equals to negative 2 over root 3. Now, sec theta is the same as 1 over cos theta. 1 over cos theta equals to negative 2 over root 3. Then cos theta can be the same as negative root 3 over 2. So now, if we draw our axis like this, you can clearly see that because cos is negative, cos can only be negative in the second and the third quadrant. See that? And cos inverse of root 3 over 2 is going to um, give us pi over 6. see that? Pi over 6. So your
Yes,
first
sir.
answer will be pi minus pi over 6. Pi minus pi over 6, which is going to give us 5 pi over 6. Then here it will be pi plus pi over 6. Pi plus pi over 6. Which will give you 7 pi over 7 pi over 6. So that's about that. So you can always, it's the same procedure. You can use it to do all the examples.
Yes, sir.
That's fine. Okay, good.
Yes, thanks, sir.
Okay, sure. Is any questions again? Is any questions again? So I said the graphs, you can look at them on your own. If you are having challenges, you can use GeoGebra to help you. Exactly. So I should believe that your test is open. So you can revise and write it. And you know it is going to close tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So in the absence of no questions, I would like to bring the class to an end. Thank you. Bye. So good luck in the test.
Yes, sir.
Sure.